South, and a pretty good running back in Anthony Stewart. He's averaging 5 yards a carry, about 100 yards a game, 409 yards so far. He's only been in the end zone once, as Plainfield South has struggled a bit offensively. 32 points scored on the season. They have yet to score in the first quarter. Now the Redskins come in putting up big offensive numbers throughout the entire season, as Morris with 41, 41, 42, and 61 points through their first 4 games, and they're hoping for a quick start again tonight. And the Redskins are facing a Plainfield South team. We talk about their defense has been pretty decent this year. They've only allowed 86 points, and in the first quarter, Plainfield South has only allowed 3 points all season long. So the Redskins and Cougars, it'll be Plainfield South to receive the opening kick. They will be moving from right to left. They're in the home navy blue jerseys, dark blue pants as well, and helmets. Morris in the road whites, maroon pants and helmets, as John Durgo has it teed up at the 40, and he will be kicking 2 men back deep for Plainfield South. A good strong line drive kick from Durgo, taking 2 yards back into the end zone for Plainfield South. No return, as David Anesto was back deep for the Cougars, so Plainfield South sets up 1st and 10 from their 20-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Nice strong kick by Durgo to start it off, and I think that's one of the first times we've seen him get it into the end zone this year.
May have been a little windy too. A very windy night here, and
it is. Gusty
winds, and the winds moving mostly from left to right, coming a little bit in towards us as well. So kind of a diagonal wind, as the Cougars set it up with a 1st and 10 from their 20. Here's the take. Handoff up the middle. Looks to be Stewart. Gets out across the 20 to the 23-yard line, as the Redskins will be back in their traditional defensive set, the 5-2, after last week's matchup with Riverside Brookfield. Morris happy to get back into that normal routine again, as I'm sure most teams are after they go against the unique offense of the Bulldogs. A 3-yard gain for Stewart, setting up 2nd down and 7 for Plainfield South. They'll set up in an I backfield with receivers both ways. The quarterback is Reynaldo Aguero. Aguero rolling right, looking, being chased by Cumbie. Nobody open, so he'll run with it, gain maybe a yard or so before he's taken down on the play. On the far side by Nick Tice, sets up 3rd down and about 6.
Well, excellent job by Nick Tice, and good pursuit by both Cumbie and Valentine. Nick Tice doing the right thing at defensive end, getting him out to the outside. Mike forcing that play inside, and Cumbie and Valentine obviously right there to make the tackles. That's how that works.
So Plainfield South will come to the line here for the 3rd and 6. Kyle Hackworth, receiver near side, and receiver split wide to the right. Not a very strong passing game for the Cougars, only 34% completion percentage for Aguero, as he will roll left this time. Has some room for a moment, then being chased from behind and brought down by Cumbie at the 24-yard line. Had a moment to pass, couldn't find anybody open, then the defense collapsed, and they stop him for no gain.
Well, obviously very good pass protection by the Morse defense, but I'll tell you, more importantly, you had pressure on the quarterback. You forced him out of the pocket, and I'll tell you, you escape a couple the tackles, but you're not going to escape the big elusive grips of Big Jamie Cumbie. He gets those paws on you, and you're going nowhere but down.
Cumbie's 2nd on the team in tackles, behind Brenton Valentine, as the Cougars will punt it away. A high snap, not much pressure, left-footed kicker, short kick. Broderick will let it bounce as it rolls out of bounds just across the 50. Morris will have it 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line, as Donovan Monahan and John Durgo hit the field for Morris.
1st and 10 Morris, 29 yards on the
You know, Broderick, Trevor's done a great job, and unfortunately, he's just not had the opportunity to have a lot of returns this year. I think the few times that he's done, few times that he's had some returns, he's caught it. He's done a nice job. So hopefully it'll be interesting to see him later on in the season get some returns, try to move the ball, because I think he's coming around to be a pretty good punt returner.
Brenton Valentine is split wide to the left side on 1st and 10 Morris from their 47. Backs in an eye with Gordon the fullback, Durgo the tailback, Monahan the take, and the pitch to John. Off the left side, John crosses the 50. He'll be stood up at the 47. And a nice gain on 1st down for John, about 6 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Redskins, as Durgo very close to 1,000 yards. He came into the night with 988, 16 touchdowns, averaging 14 yards a carry.
Well, as you said, hearing on the pregame, talking about everything's clicking on all cylinders, and it really is, and especially offensively. These guys are getting better. A couple of young kids that haven't played last year are in there now, and just doing an exceptional job on the offensive line.
2nd down and 4 from the 47 of the Cougars. It's Durgo again. He fumbles the football, and he goes back for it and is able to recover it for Morris. And a heads-up play for John, as you don't see it often where a back is able to reverse his field 3 or 4 yards to save the play.
You're absolutely right. I don't think I've ever seen that. Good heads-up play. Somebody knocked it out. He, with a great sense of presence, turns around and jumps back on the ball. Unfortunately, was able to recover his own fumble.
So it loses 3 yards back to the 50. 3rd and 7 for Morris. Receiver split wide to the right. High backfield for Monahan with a take. Pitch to John. Gets a round 1 tackle to the 50. And to the 46, he's held short of the 1st down as he is tackled on the play by Plainfield South's Brian Cool. It'll be 4th down and about 4.
Well, you talked earlier again in the pregame, Mike, about how this defense have kept Plainfield South has kept them into these games, and they really have done a good job. And right now they're doing an awesome job. The number 44 out there, the linebacker's a junior. They had a nice article today in the Joliet Herald about him. So they got some good defensive players, and as you witnessed, they're going to have a lot of pursuit, especially on John Durgo, and that might open some other things that they'll be able to do on offense.
Durgo will punt, gets a low snap, gets it away, a high kick coming towards the near side. It'll be taken at the 8-yard line by the Cougars. Around to the right side, couple of blocks here. It's a room to run to the 30. To the far side, 40. 2 men back for Morris, being chased from behind and brought down at the Redskin 40-yard line as Anthony Stewart with the long return. It was Kyle Comperta that may have saved a touchdown.
Well, it certainly was Kyle Comperta, and again, you've got to watch this young running back, Anthony Stewart. He's a good one. He's quick. As you saw, he's explosive, and he gets to it outside. Again, another, I wouldn't put him in the ranks of Durgo, but he has that outside breakaway speed that you must be able to contain here tonight.
Yeah, they punted to our side, the near side, and a couple of blocks sprung Stewart all the way to the far side of the field. He ran all the way across before he turned upfield to make that long return. He'll take the first handoff here, gets around the initial pursuit put on by Vanderveer, and Stewart is eventually brought down right at the line of scrimmage for no gain, maybe even a loss of a yard.
Well, good job by Billy Vanderveer, a good read. And one of the things I've noticed about Billy, though, he's got to be able, he's as a linebacker, I think it's your mentality, too. You want to hit up and try to knock him off up by the shoulder pads, but boy, he's got to really learn to get low, take him out by the, because he's a big, strong kid. You got to learn to take him out by the legs and wrap him up, and they are definitely not going anywhere then.
2nd and 11. Stewart takes the pitch. It's an end around, and the ball is fumbled. Plainfield South has the recovery, but it's all the way back to their 40. Make that the Morris 48-yard line, as making the possession-saving play Kevin Voda, one of the offensive linemen.
And again, Mike, you talk about the defense of Plainfield South, but you're not going to get any tougher defense than what you see here with the Morris Redskins. These guys, and again, talking about all clicking on all cylinders, these guys really are. They're gelling together as a defensive team. Peterson and all those guys up front, Ty's playing outstanding.
Draw play on 3rd and 18. It goes nowhere as Stewart is taken down at midfield. As Funk in on the play for Morris. Also in there, Matt Anger, 4th and long.
And again, here's where we talk about the diversification of an offense, because, these guys right now are playing that run. They're playing Anthony Stewart. They're keying on him right now and not giving him anything. So I think if Plainfield South had the ability to throw it a little bit, open it up, and do some things, I think that might loosen it up. But right now, they're keying very heavily on Stewart.
Nice kick here by the punter for Plainfield South, angling it away from Broderick to the near side, and it takes a bounce all the way inside the 10, out of bounds at around the 7.
43-yard Plainfield South.
They know Stewart is clearly their leader on offense. The quarterback for Plainfield South, Ronaldo Aguero, just 17 of 50 on the season. 6 picks, no touchdowns. So they know that the passing game is not a strong suit for Plainfield South, and they have to focus on Stewart. And so far, his biggest play has been on special teams. The Morris defense has done their job to this point.
and you'll see that Morris defense just play. These guys are playing outstanding. It's going to be very difficult for Stewart to get any kind of running game with that defensive line up front, the linebackers. So they might have to go to some other options on offensively.
Midway through a scoreless first. Morris from their 7, 1st and 10. Here's Durgo coming to the near side. Gets a couple of blocks out to the 15-yard line as they went with the 3-back backfield. Gordon and Valentine in there as well. And John picks up about 7 or 8.
8 yards, brings up 2nd down and 2. Tackle made by Plainfield South, number 51, Blake Rogers.
And again, I think it's important that Morris Redskins, certainly establish this run game, and they're going to continue to work both the left and right sides. And again, as they play the game, Mike, they always make some adjustments. They'll find their weaknesses and hopefully try to exploit those weaknesses as the game goes on.
2 tight ends set for Morris, 3 in the backfield on 2nd and short. Monahan with a take, and here is Durgo coming to the right corner. Has the first down across the 20. And stiff arms his way out near the 25-yard line. A pickup for John of about 7 or 8 more yards, and it's Morris's first down of the night.
Well, that's a nice job getting the first down there. They're trying to run the strong side or the right side, so we got 2 big guys, Cumbie and Alex Perry over there, so doing a nice job right now getting some blocks.
Durgo now over 1,000 yards on the season. 5 carries for 22 here in the early going. 5:16 left, no score. Morris with their 2nd possession. They have a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Gordon splits Valentine and Durgo. Here's Monahan's take, and it's John again. Looking for some room to run. Through the middle of the line he goes, pushes forward out near the 35 and gets another 8 yards.
Again, they continue to run that right side. So a lot of times they've been running the left side, and I think that's how, Plainfield's been scouting them, knowing that they've been running predominantly to the left side. So now tonight it looks like they're coming out and predominantly running to the right side. And I think what they're trying to do maybe is that number 44 seems to be the key to their defensive combination. So he's playing the left side of the offensive line. So they might want to try to switch him over to the left side there.
That's Dan Hilbert, 6'2" junior.
Right.
2nd down, about a yard to go here for Morris as Monahan will run a pitch to Durgo. He fumbles again, picks it back up, and gets near the first down at the Morris 36 or 7.
Morris, number 5, John Durgo.
Right at the marker.
I think he's got it. Well, now they moved it back, so it looks, boy, he's close.
Tackle made by Plainfield South, number 67, Mike Backner.
This is very unusual, Mike. We really don't see any. We haven't. Durgo's not fumbled for. I don't think he's fumbled all year yet.
Yeah, he may have had 1, but to have 2 here in less than a quarter, and that was a good pitch right in his hands.
Yeah, and I think maybe he's kind of looking up a little early, trying to read the defense a little early, but I think what you got to do is just watch the ball in, and then he's got such great speed and power that you can look up at the last second and still make a juke and go past everybody.
That was enough for the first from the Redskin 37. Here's Durgo off another pitch to the right side. Good sweep play as Durgo finds a little room across the 40 out to the 44. And a couple of nice blocks to open up a little seam, and a gain of 7.
Gain on the play.
Nothing fancy so far for Morris. 8 carries for Durgo, 38 yards, couple of first downs on the night.
2nd down and 2.
And we're down to 3:42 in the first.
Yeah, I think it's the same game plan. Just keep pounding it down their throat, try to wear him out. Throw a pass here and there, and move the ball. Hopefully they'll break 1 or 2 here.
Give you Monahan's stats on the year after this play. 2nd and 2 from the Morris 44. Durgo a pitch to the left side, gets around a block from Zimbalin. Trying to turn the corner and does to the 50. Durgo out of bounds in Plainfield South territory at the 42-yard line. So another nice gain for John, another Morris first down.
Morris ball carrier number 5.
That's a good block. That's a great block by Dane, and he put him right down. That was a payback block, because the block before that, Mike, I saw Dane go out, and 44 just kind of put him by the top of his jersey and threw him down. So this time Dane got back and pushed him back on the ground. So I think it's an even war match out there between those two right now.
Monahan on the season, 18 of 32, 379 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. First down for Morris at the Cougar 43. Here's the take for Monahan, and Durgo off left tackle, pushing forward inside the 40 to the 37-yard line, and John gains 6 more.
Ball carrier number 5, John Durgo.
Well, he's certainly the workhorse here today, as he is pretty much every game.
They talked about the Cougar defense, and these first 4 games, The most they've given up is 27. That was opening night to Lincoln Way Central in a 27-6 loss. They give up 17 to Glenbard South, lost 22-12 to Batavia, 20-7 to Geneva. 2nd and 4 Redskins. Valentine split wide right. Hand off to Gordon up the middle. Gets out of one tackle behind the line. Gains a yard or two down to the 36. First carry of the night for Gordon. He gains 2.
And I tell you, Mike, just my first impression of the defense of Plainfield South is they got a pretty decent squad out there. I mean, you can tell they're battling every play, and it just usually by now we usually have about a 90-yarder that's run back on the defense, but they're hanging in there tough. A pretty decent defensive alignment for Plainfield South.
3rd and 3 here for Morris from the Cougar 36. Colgum split wide right. Monahan with a take, and it's a handoff to Durgo up the middle. John takes a couple of hits and falls down near the first down marker. Looks like he's got it at about the 32 of Plainfield South.
Well, you know, that's the other thing that I've noticed as well. Is these guys are, you know, putting some pretty big hits on Morris. I think Morris is going to tell you up to this point, this is probably the hardest they've been hit since the start of the season. So, kudos to Plainfield South. They're out there battling right now and doing what they can to hang in there. I think they kind of sense this too, that it's only a matter of time before the levee breaks, and they're just trying to put their finger in it as long as they can before it does.
Here's Monahan on 1st and 10 as Durgo did get the first down. He takes the pitch here, trying to bounce outside, and it's Hilbert bringing him down right at the 30-yard line after a gain of 2 yards. And Mike Briscoe, before the season started, mentioned that one of the strengths for his team will be speed on the outside. It'll be hard to get around the ends on this team, and John encountered that right there. Hilbert making a nice play coming across the entire field.
Well, absolutely, and so far he's proven right. They've having a tough time getting to the outside. The guys have always made, I like, you know, you can always tell a good defensive squad by the way they tackle. Not many missed tackles. They are tackling, they're holding on to the Durgo, and that's a tough thing to do.
Down to a minute to go, scoreless first, but Morris putting together a nice drive, churning it out on the ground here. 2nd and 8 from about the 30 of Plainfield South. Durgo straight up the gut. And he'll get a couple to the 28, but that's it. Setting up 3rd and 6 after a gain of 2.
5, John Durgo.
It's been 14 plays for Morris, 13 of them Durgo runs.
3rd down and 6 from the Plainfield South 28-yard.
40 seconds, clock running, and now Brenton Valentine brings in the play for Morris as Monahan will hear it from Brenton. And Donovan, one of your guests in the locker room, talking about how he gets the chance to audible when he wants to and gets the chance to look at the defense and make adjustments at the line.
You know, Donovan's a very bright kid, so he's able to do that. And when you can hand that responsibility over to a quarterback like that, that really does help.
3rd and 6, Durgo off the left side, and that won't get anywhere near the first down marker to the 25-yard line. It'll set up 4th and about 3 as the first quarter winds to a close. No score going to the second after these on WJDK.
Buddy's Place, formerly the deli stop, serves up.
Morris and Plainfield South, the Redskins deep into Plainfield South territory, but they are faced with a 4th and 3 as they're at the Cougar 25. And we talked about Plainfield South only giving up 3 points all year in the first quarter, and they do a nice job keeping Morris off the board, although the Redskins are threatening. But a key 4th down here for Morris.
Yeah, it really is, and I think when you got the defense like Morris has, you know, you can take these gambles. They're down at the 25, really haven't moved the ball on you much so far, so certainly a good time to try to go get the first down.
Gum wide left eye backfield on 4th and 3. Monahan with a take, hand off to John off the right side, and John dives forward for the first down to the 21-yard line. And Cougars had some good pursuit coming across the line, but John able to just avoid it enough and find some room on the right side to get about 4 or 5 yards.
He ran that hard, and I certainly think there was no denying him on that play right there. He was going to get it.
So the Redskins get a fresh set of downs at the Cougar 20. Just underway in the second, scoreless. Morris moving right to left. Brenton Valentine split wide right. Cumby tight end right side. Zambalin on the left. I backfield for Monahan, and here's John again. Hit behind the line, gets out of it, and Durgo moves forward down to the 15 as he's able to avoid initial contact for
one of the
John Durgo. Just about every run he has, someone gets him with a hand or try a wraparound tackle. He's able to just dodge those, bounce off of them, and to keep those legs churning for more yards.
Now, when you tackle him, you better make sure you got both arms around his about his ankles, and you better hold on for life because he's still going to try to move those feet and get those things kicking and pumping. And he's a tough runner.
16 carries for Durgo, 78 yards. He's had 16 of the 17 plays come his way. 2nd and 5 for Morris. Monahan with a take. Pitch to John. Coming left side. Flag down. Durgo to the corner. 15 to the 10. Pushed out of bounds at around the 7.
Morris ball carrier number 5.
But a penalty marker thrown right back near the line of scrimmage.
By number 36, Kyle Hackworth. Ball will be marked at the 6-yard line. Penalty flag.
First flag of the night. That's rare after 1 quarter to only have 1 marker.
Yeah, I can't believe it's 1 quarter already. Boy, that thing flew by.
The sophomore game really zipped on by. That one was almost done by about 6:45.
Penalty, 2nd down will be replayed.
So a 10-yard mark off on Morris here for the holding call. Morris penalized 10 times last week in the win at RB. Hard to argue with a 61-8 game, but certainly penalties have been a little bit of a concern for Morris, especially the kinds that aren't the holdings and those kinds of things, the personal fouls and more mental mistakes. So moves it back to the Cougar 27. 2nd down and long for Morris. 3 in the backfield for Monahan. Straight drop for Donovan. He's looking deep, throws over the middle for Cumbie, reaches up, makes the catch, and is tackled at the 2-yard line. Jamie Cumbie, 6'7". He needed all of that as he reached up and hauled in a nice lofted pass from Monahan for a 1st down.
On the completion, 1st and goal, Morris at the Plainfield South 2-yard line.
I'll tell you, just a crossing pattern. Dane goes to the right, Cumbie goes left, and Cumbie goes to the right, and just a nice pass by Donovan. This is a well-placed pass. He pretty well covered, but again, being 6'7", you got that height advantage, and the ball was up in the air, and only one person's going to get that at that time, and that was Cumbie.
And 3 in the backfield again for Morris on 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. Here's the take, handoff to Durgo. John is hit at the line. He pushes forward towards the goal line and looks to be just shy of it inside the 1.
Brings up 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. Plainfield South tackle made number 42, Brian.
May have caught the Cougars by surprise a little bit on that pass, but even though Cumbie was well covered, you don't expect a pass with that 3 in the backfield set, but boy, when you have the double tight ends that can go out and make pass plays.
Right. And they were both open. I mean, Jamie was coming, but Dane was wide open, so maybe they'll come back and throw that again, and I think, again, you got 2 nice targets to throw at.
2nd and goal from the 1. Inside handoff to the fullback, crashing through for Morris right near the goal line.
Well, I don't know if they're going to give it to him yet.
No signal yet on Gordon's call. They're going to mark him just outside the goal line.
Holy cow.
No gain.
Stop for no gain on the play. 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line.
Tried to sneak in a little surprise play with Gordon's carry, and Plainfield South was ready. Now you hear the Plainfield South fans pounding the bleachers with their feet, trying to rev up their defense for a 3rd and goal from inside the 1.
Well, this is going to be, you're going to be hard-pressed to keep Morris out of the end zone when they got 2 tries at this.
3 in the backfield behind Monahan. 3rd and goal from inside the 1, the take, and here's John off the right side. John is hit immediately, and no signal yet.
John Durgo.
Wow, it is 4th down.
Short of the goal line.
Wow.
4th and goal.
No gain for Durgo.
Interesting. Well, I'll tell you, this is, we're so used to seeing him, Mike, usually have a couple touchdowns Monday night. But almost disappointed that they haven't scored, but as we said before, Plainfield obviously has a pretty tough defense.
4th down and goal from inside the 1. Monahan with a take. It's John again off the right side. Durgo is in this time for a touchdown. Not by much, as he got hit right at the line, but was able to push forward just enough. He only needed about an inch or 2, and that's about all he got, but it's enough for 6 for Morris.
Yeah, nice job by the offensive line, again, running to that strong side behind Jamie and Alex. And again, they still, Plainfield did a nice job jamming that middle up, but Durgo was able to find a little hole there, and he got in there and for the touchdown. Had that touchdown line been another foot longer, I don't think he would have made it.
Right.
They were there.
Extra point from John is on the way, and it's good. 7-0 Morris, 8 minutes to go, first half, WJDK.
Second quarter of play.
The Auto and Morris specializes in
With 8:14 left before halftime, Morris on the board, a 7-0 lead at Plainfield South, a 1-yard run on 4th and goal from inside the 1 for John Durgo. John's 17th rushing touchdown of the year. And already in this first quarter and a third, 19 carries for 81 yards for John. He will kick off here to Plainfield South. Cougars moving left to right. Stewart stands at about his 7 or 8 yard line. Durgo a line drive. It'll bounce towards the near corner. Stewart will track it down at the 6 to the 10, and maybe the 11 is about it. Handful of Redskins down there. Mike Mraz was in there. Gum.
First and 10, Plainfield South at the 10.
And Mike Gronick as well.
Yeah. Mraz, DeCruz, Gum, and all doing a nice job hustling down there and not letting him move the ball up the field.
Well, Plainfield South has had the ball twice, and so far, -5 yards, no first downs, no pass attempts. And Aguero with a hard count, drawing a couple of Redskin defenders off sides.
I think John Turkle actually pushed him across. He says, "Here, you need some help getting into the backfield. Let me help you a little bit," and pushed him.
And then the ref threw the flag, and it landed behind Durgo's helmet on top of his shoulder pads. Guess that means the penalty was on him. Well, there's a fine line, too. The quarterback can bark all he wants, but he's not supposed to move his head.
Right.
Not saying that he did that, but certainly that's something that quarterbacks have to keep in mind. The running play here to Stewart gains a yard or so, and then Cumbie's going to get called for a face mask.
Yes.
45, Billy Danger here. Penalty flag on the play.
Certainly didn't mean it, but, again, he just reached out, and it just happened to be that the quarterback was ducking his head right at the time that he was trying to kind of clothesline him a little bit and hog tackle him. And
well, it should just be a 5-yarder, I would think. Not a personal foul, but
no, I think so.
Well, Plainfield South is having a hard time getting first downs the regular way. Morris has given him one with a penalty.
The 5-yard incidental face mask penalty against Morris. First down, Plainfield South.
Well, White Sox fans, Sox have a 3-0 lead on Minnesota in the third. As we'll keep you up to date on that game as we move along. For those of you that are glued to your Morris Redskin football and don't want to change or look at the TV, we'll help you out with the baseball score. Now whistles here, an equipment problem with one of the Cougar receivers on the near side. Didn't have his helmet ready to go. Now he does. That's David Onesto. Now ready with a 2-receiver set. First and 10 Cougars from their 22. Morris 7-0 midway through the second quarter. The take and the handoff to the fullback up the middle. Out across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Carry for Antonio Sanchez. And he'll get about 3 yards on that play.
3 yards brings up second down and 7 from the Plainfield South 25-yard line.
Just looking at their offensive line here too.
Plainfield
Plainfield South's got a couple big guys, 95, 6'6", number 66, 6'5". So, in years past, these guys have all been kind of small. We've been able to run over, but they're starting to get some big guys here now in this program. That's going to help them.
2nd and 7. Here's Stewart trying to work the left side, and he won't. Looked like Durgo came up and started a surge defensively. Cumbie helped finish him off. And no gain. It's 3rd down and about 7 or 8.
Yeah, and I'll tell you that Jumpy Cumbie is a force inside. He is really. It's tough for, you got the 2 6'6" and 6'5" guys out there trying to double team him, and he's still able to get in there and make the tackles.
So 3rd and long for the Cougars. Ronaldo Aguero has yet to attempt a pass. We'll see if he does here as he takes the snap. Rolling left, looking, fires the far side. Catch made near a first down. Good tackle by Brent Valentine, though, is going to keep the receiver short of the first down. Onesto makes the catch.
Pick up on the play.
That's going to gain about 6 yards. 4th and 1.
Well, give credit to the quarterback there. He felt a lot of pressure. I mean, as soon as he threw it, maybe as he was throwing it, he got hit and hit hard. But he stayed right in there in the pocket and made a nice pass, and the receiver doing a nice job making a great catch.
And Aguero has gone back to throw a couple of other times, but no one was open, so he had to run with it. That's his first actual attempt. It's good for 6 yards, but it's shy of the first. 4th and 1 here for the Cougars. Broderick back to receive it is 35. Nice kick here, high and spiraling. It's going to back Broderick to make that Valentine back to the 20. He's still tracking it down, and he gets awfully close to it. And then it's down by the Cougars at the 6. And Brenton really fortunate that that ball did not deflect off of him to be recovered by Plainfield South.
Well, absolutely right. It did take a funny hop. And what a great kick by the Plainfield punter. He sailed that thing about 15 yards. Well, they just said it, 66 yards. So he sailed that right over Valentine's head. And obviously, Valentine went to try to retrieve it, and it was bouncing all over the place. So obviously did the smart thing and just got away from it. As you said, lucky it didn't hit on Valentine, and would have been a live ball at that point.
Zeb Freeman, the punter, 6'2", 175-pounder, plays linebacker for the Cougars. And he pins Morris deep at their 7. Of course, as we talked about in the pregame, there really is no such thing as being pinned deep with the way Durgo and the offense can gain yards quickly. Durgo off the right side. Not tonight, though. It's been, although he has good amount of yards, it's been a lot of 2, 3, 5-yard gains for John, which is not something he's accustomed to. He's running into a lot of bodies and taking some hits here in the first half.
Oh, absolutely. I tell you, this defense is, Plainfield is stingy. They're not going to give him any, but they haven't given him any big yardage yet. So he's earned everything he's gotten so far. And, you know, surprisingly, you know, second quarter, 7-0. Again, the first 4 games, it's, you know, we've had 2, 3, 4 touchdowns. So defense is playing very, very well for Plainfield South.
5 minutes till halftime. About a 2-yard gain for John. 2nd and 8, Morris. Here's Monahan's take. Handoff this time. Valentine spins out of a couple of tackles. Still going strong across the 15 to the 19. And he's got a first down for Morris on a gain of 9.
Well, pretty good running there, right there by Valentine.
Play of 9 yards. 1st and 10.
Pretty decent, a little better blocking up front.
We're at the Morris 18-yard line.
And it's not all Durgo this year. He's got the majority of the carries, of course, but Valentine averaging 7 yards a carry. Matt Peterson averaging 11 yards a carry. So
well, they've got some great running backs, obviously. Peterson, one of the fastest guys on the team, and of course Valentine, just a very hard-nosed, gutsy player, and he can offer you a lot as well.
Morris first down from about their 18-yard line. Monahan with a take and a pitch near side Durgo. Cutback move to the 25, gets around a nice block from Kupchak across to the 27 or 8. Picks up about 8 on first down.
Gain on the play of 8 yards.
Well, nice block at that time. A little better blocking by the tight end Dane, and pushed him inside and stayed with his block, and Durgo read it and was able to get to the outside.
Down to 4 minutes to go, first half. Coming up at halftime, we'll go back into the locker room with Jay as we had a chance to talk with Billy Vanderveer. A couple of good interviews this week.
Yeah, very articulate young men, and it was nice talking to them.
2nd and short here for Morris. The ball at the Cougar 27. Monahan hands off to John. John's got the first down across the 30. He'll get to the 33 on a gain of 6. And he's approaching 100 yards on the night. 22 carries already for John.
Morris first
and I've got him at 98 yards. He has the 1 touchdown, and that's the only score of the game so far. 7-0 Morris, 3.5 for the first half.
You can play just for kicks tonight if you catch the winning ball. That's the
Mike Briscoe,
yellow ball that says winner on it.
Coaching Plainfield South after a year away from coaching at the varsity level as he left Minooka a couple of years ago. Bert Coy running the show with the Indians. We'll see them next week in Morris. Redskins spread the field a little bit here with a 2-receiver set. Pitch to Durgo, hit behind the line, being chased and brought down for a big loss inside the 30, back to the 26, and that's going to lose 7 or 8 yards.
By number 44, Dan Hilbert, brought down by number 88, Brent Erickson.
Again, running that strong side
of 7 yards.
And Plainfield defense just not giving up.
2nd down and 17 from the Morris 26-yard line.
They're hanging in there tough, doing an outstanding job.
Well, the clock's moving so fast that Morris now needs to start thinking about running a 2-minute offense here. 2nd and 17. 2:26 clock running in the first half. Morris has all their timeouts. I backfield this time as Monahan takes a little counter handoff from the wingman Valentine. He won't get much across the 25 to the 26. That gains maybe just a yard or so.
And, you know, Coach Sturgill had mentioned the fact that they're going to try to run some counters this week because the teams that, you know, would be so focused on John. But Plainfield's got a good defensive plan going. Again, ready for the counter play and staying right there in the line. And again, they're not big guys on the front four if you look at them, Mike, but they're low, they're built low to the ground. You know, they get out low and they're able to maintain their balance, and they stay right there to make the tackles.
3 receivers set. Cumbie, Zimbalin, Valentine wide. Monahan back on 3rd and long. Flushed out of the pocket, rolling to the left side. And nobody open. He's going to have to try to run for it to the near side. Knocked out of bounds hard at the 33. Well short of the first down. He'll gain about 7 on the run. Setting up 4th down and 10.
Run out of bounds by Plainfield South, number 46.
Oh, Mike Briscoe has to be absolutely thrilled with the way this first half has gone. His offense has done not much at all, but the defense has kept him right there. A 7-0 game with 1:11. They're keeping the clock running, even though Monahan was pushed out of bounds. Morris will punt it away here on 4th and 11. Stewart and Onesto back at their 35, awaiting the kick. Here's the snap, a good one, no pressure. John, a bad kick, a line drive that goes out of bounds. And the official giving a very generous spot for the moment. Now he's walking back up the field.
Holy cow. That guy was about 4 yards, he was about 8 yards in front of where the ball hit. So say that poor man needs some glasses.
And
I think where they're ending up with the mark is still pretty favorable for Morris. 44-yard line of the Cougars with 44 seconds left in the half. 7-0 Morris. So now the Cougars will try to get something going here before the break. Receivers each way. And a flag down here is motion along the line.
Not to, well.
I think it was on Plainfield South this time.
All right, good. Yeah, it was. Good. I didn't see him move. I just saw the Morris guy move. So, thank goodness.
First flag on the Cougars puts them back to their 39-yard line.
For Plainfield South from the 39-yard line.
They'll put a receiver out to the left. That's Joshua Moore. On the near side, Kyle Hackworth. I backfield on 1st and 15. Redskins blitz up the middle. And a handoff here to Stewart. Gains about 4 or 5 back to the original line of scrimmage. And Nick Tice, he had an express ticket to the backfield and just couldn't find the guy with the ball.
No. Well, was that Kyle Comperter or was that Nick Tice?
I think Tice came through. 33, it looked like.
Yeah. Boy, did he steamroll through there, too. Boy, and had he hit somebody running like that, they would have been bringing the ambulance out here on the field because he was moving.
There was a timeout taken on the field with 40 seconds left till halftime. Well, maybe not a timeout officially. The officials are conferring.
You know, we made it pretty much through the ball game with these guys not having 6 huddles and deciding what to call and see who's buying dinner. And holy moly.
Yeah, there was no timeout taken on the field. The officials, I think, we're trying to get the clock figured out, and they've moved the clock to 36 seconds now, and they will run it from here. 2nd down and 10 for the Cougars from their 44. The take and a run. Stewart up the middle, hit and dropped at the 47. Gains 3 or 4 as the Cougars content to just let the clock run. Van der Veeren on the stop.
Nice job by Billy Van der Veeren. Good defense in front of Morris is really holding their ground and doing an outstanding job containing Stewart as well tonight.
They sure have. 8 carries, 3 yards for Stewart tonight. 5 seconds left, and they will not even attempt one more play as on 3rd and long. They will let the clock run out. And we've reached halftime here at Plainfield South. 7-0. Morris with the lead, and even that touchdown was hard-earned as they had to march down the field slowly and methodically. and they got down to the 2 or 3 yard line. A first down carry got him to about the half-yard line, and then it took till 4th down for John Durgo to just barely get into the end zone. And that's it so far, as Morris certainly defensively dominating the Plainfield South offense. But John Durgo already 23 carries, 90 yards, and just the 1 touchdown. I think we knew coming in that Plainfield South was going to be the kind of defense that we're seeing tonight, maybe not to this much effectiveness. I've really been impressed with the way they've been able to contain Morris to this point, although Morris has run pretty simplistic offense, John left, John right. Of course, that has been awfully effective over the last 2.5 years as well.
Yeah, it has. And you're absolutely right, Mike. I am surprised, though. I never thought that the defense would hold up this well against this Morris squad. Certainly they've held up pretty good against some other teams, but I don't think the other teams were of Morris's caliber. But hey, I give great credit tonight to the defense of Plainfield South. They have hung in there tough, and as you said, every yard gain, even a touchdown, has been hard-earned. Nothing has been given, no breakdowns defensively, but it's going to be, I'm going to be anxious to see how these guys go into 3rd and 4th quarters. Defensively, they have been out there a long time, Mike, and anytime they're out there, somewhere along the lines, unless they're in absolutely great shape, which they might be, usually wear the defense down. But you haven't worn them down yet. They're out there playing hard, playing tough, and making it very difficult for the Skins to move the ball.
Well, Plainfield South, only 1 first down. That came via a penalty. Ronaldo Aguero, 1 for 1 for 6 yards. That was to David Ernesto. Anthony Stewart, 8 carries for just 3 yards. Sanchez a carry for 3. And Aguero carried twice for 1 yard, so virtually no offense to speak of for the Cougars. Durgo, 90 yards on 23 carries, a 1-yard touchdown. Monahan, 1 for 1 for 25. That was a pass play on the crossing route to Cumby that helped set up the touchdown. Also, Gordon, 2 carries for 2 yards. Brent Valentine, 2 carries for 10 yards. Morris unofficially with 6 first downs in that first half. Our halftime score, 7-0 Morris with the lead, and they'll get the ball to start the 3rd quarter as well. Coming up on the halftime show, back into the locker room with Zoom, as we'll catch up with Billy Vanderveer. But first, a couple of messages for you as you're listening to Redskin Football on WJDK.
BJ's BP now has new crystal clear Amoco Ultra full today with the convenience of BJ's Pay at the Pump. And yes.
Coming up in just a few minutes. As we continue on the halftime show, we go back into the locker room with Zoom as we hear from Jay and his next guest.
So now we got big Billy Vanderveer, and when I say Billy big, this guy is big. I remember meeting Billy a couple of years ago, and you've massed out here quite substantially. I saw you this summer in those 7-on-7s, and I thought, holy moly, who's this new guy? And it was Billy Vanderveer. So you've been hitting the weights hard.
It's been hitting the weights for the past 4 years now, and really got into a good routine for the past 4 years, lifting every day, getting over the powerhouse. tough getting into the high school, just nonstop, and I guess the work's paid off.
No, it really has, and like I said, I noticed it this summer, and I looked and I said, geez, this guy got pretty big. So you got to be loving it right now, too. I mean, a guy like you, I've watched you. You're a hard hitter. You're very intense out there. So you got to be having a lot of fun right now, enjoying the defense right now.
Yeah, it's nice making the calls out there with my other linebacker, Kyle Caperta, and we're just kind of running the show, trying to play our best every week, practicing, trying to get better and better. So hopefully, we'll just keep working hard and getting better at tackling and everything we can to get us where we need to go.
Yeah, you're right. And speaking of that defense, I mean, there's not a lot of returning starters on that defense, is there?
Oh, no. I mean, that's all the talk we've heard all summer is how our defense is going to lack and all the pressures on the defense and everything's changing because we didn't have so many starters coming back. But we just kept working and, the defensive guys, we would run every day during June, July, everything to just try and work and get to where we were last year, too.
Well, I tell you, I think you've got to where you were last year, and I think you're going to surpass that. I like this defense. I like what I see so far. You guys pursue the ball. You got all 11 guys going after it. I mean, you've got some big hitters out there. Yourself, Kyle Caperta, Dozo, Henning. I mean, you guys go after them, and you put a licking on these guys.
Yeah, you also got a name. I mean, there's nothing like playing linebacker right behind Jamie Cumbie. I mean, he takes up so many blockers. It frees us up great. And so does, you got Inger's crazy butt running around there and Funk and all of them. I mean, they take up so many blockers. So it frees us up for tackles. It's real good.
Oh, that's awesome. And I can just tell you guys every game, I've noticed you guys getting better and better and better. So you guys working on different things and really trying to improve on that defense?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I mean, we're running through so many tackling drills, like, every week. And, it's going to be nice playing Plainfield South this week because, I mean, lately we've been playing teams where we've kind of had to change up the defense, and we haven't been able to run just our 50-base defense. And this is what we like to run when teams just run right at us, and we get to stuff them. So it'll be good this week. I'll let you do.
That's awesome. Yeah, you'll have a little touch. This running back this week's pretty good. And but again, I haven't seen too many teams come out and just run over Morris in the last 5 years either.
Yeah, they're running back. He's a little quick guy, so I'm hoping to crush him pretty good. I played him my junior year, and we took him down then, and I think I can take him down now. So we'll take it to him.
Oh, that's great. And do you play any other sports other than football, or you just concentrate primarily on football?
I've always concentrated primarily on football, but I also, was doing swimming during the off season to kind of just keep in real good shape because it's so tough on your body with the swimming. I mean, it's so good to get in shape and just get ready for all the running coming in the summer. So I do that in the off season.
So that's your secret. Now I have to start swimming myself because if that's what it's done for you, maybe I can get back in shape. But that's good. Anything else you like doing in the off season or in your time off? You got any hobbies or anything else?
My main hobby is lifting. I mean, after football gets over, if no school after that comes with football, then it's just, I'm hoping to go to school, to be a personal trainer, something like that, strength and conditioning coach. So that's kind of like my hobby is lifting.
Oh, that's great. Well, it's a great hobby and it shows. So, listen, congratulations this year. It's nice to always see a linebacker who hasn't, you got a little playing time last year to step in and into the starting position and take the role that you have and being a leader out there on defense. You got to feel good about that.
Yeah, it's good to come on. I mean, last year I pulled my hamstring, was out about half the season, came back, was just getting in there at the end of a few of the games, and made a few tackles last year, played a few series, and I learned a lot from Chad McClintock and Eric Lyons last year because they were great linebackers, and learning from them just really helped out, and I got to carry it on and teach Kyle too, so it worked out good.
Well, that's awesome. Good luck this season. We certainly enjoy watching you play, and I'm sure we'll talk somewhere down the line.
All right, thank you. Nice talking.
All right, thank you.
There are great opportunities knocking at your
Saturday after 12, looks for a cloudy day, Anaheim 82. Afternoon, I'm Mike.
7-0 is the score as we are at halftime. The Morris Redskins with the lead, and the lone touchdown coming on a 4th down and goal from inside the 1. John Durgo getting the score. A long drive for Morris time-wise and number of plays. The longest drive of the year. But it was a really hard-earned drive, and in those final few plays, the Plainfield South defense really held tight, and Durgo barely got in, and that was the only score of the first half. Now, the margin is just 7 points, but the Plainfield South offense has been able to get nothing going in that first half. Anthony Stewart, their talented running back, held it just 3 yards on 8 carries. The quarterback, Ronaldo Aguero, 1 for 1 for 6 yards. And defensively, Morris has been absolutely dynamite tonight. Durgo has had the majority of the plays offensively. 23 carries, 90 yards. A couple of other runs for Valentine and Gordon. 4 combined between the two backs. Monahan 1 for 1, 25 yards. A nice crossing route to Cumbie that helped set up that touchdown. But Jay, through the first 2 quarters of play, the Plainfield South defense has been very impressive.
Oh, they've been stellar. They've done a great job here tonight. Obviously, you know, these guys, Plainfield South knows that Morris is rated, and these guys are a big offensively minded team, and, you know, try to stop Durgo. But they have done that tonight for the most part. I mean, a lot of people would be happy, a lot of running backs would be happy with 93 yards a game, but for Durgo, that's really a big letdown. Every game he's had 200-300 yards a game, so they've done an outstanding job. But again, you've just got to go back to the fact that these guys, I think the coach Award and Durgo, I mean, they really have to look and maybe try to start opening this thing a little more offensively. Maybe get some passes out to the tight ends or the backs, or they've tried a couple backs now in Valentine and Gordon. They've done pretty successful there. So right now they're playing all run. It might behoove these guys to get out, open it up a little bit, stretch that defense out, get some passes, and open that field up a little bit, and then go back to the run. And you know, I think they have nothing to lose, but I think that's a great game plan to come out here and just try to open it up, get some passing plays in there, and let these guys try to, you know, get some offense that way.
Low-scoring game here, low-scoring sophomore game. 8-7 Plainfield South with the win, scoring a touchdown with about 3 minutes to go and a 2-point conversion on a pass play that helped get the Cougars the victory. Morris drops to 3-2 at the sophomore level. Coal City, we have a score on that game. That's no score in the first quarter. They are hosting Sandwich tonight. Elsewhere around the area, Wilmington's hosting Plano. Seneca is hosting Reed Custer. Dwight is home to Peatone. Minooka plays tomorrow at Plainfield Central. That game can be heard on our sister station, WCSJ, set for a 2 o'clock kick. And Morris will play Minooka next Friday.
Fans on your feet for the second half kickoff.
Cornfest Friday in Morris. We'll have it for you here, of course, on JDK. Morris to receive the 3rd quarter kick. It's a nice deep kick taken by Durgo at the 6-yard line. Straight ahead to the 10, now turning to the right, trying to get to the corner, and Durgo will be dropped down shy of the 15.
Nice job by the kick return team.
Kickoff is returned by Morris number 5, John Durgo.
So Morris at their 14-yard line, moving right to left into the wind. The wind has been a pretty gusty wind all night, and there has been, at least in the forecast, a threat of some rain, but so far nothing to speak of.
No, really a very beautiful night. Yeah, you have a little wind here, but you know, you throw those 8, 10, 12-yard outs, it really doesn't affect it much. It's only when you throw those long passes that the wind becomes a true factor then.
Valentine split wide left on 1st down. Here's the take. It's John up the middle. John with some running room here. 1st down for John out to the 25-yard line. A gain of 11 yards as Durgo finds some room off right tackle.
And again, it'll be interesting to see, you know, just how long this defense of Plainfield could be on the field without starting to show some signs of fatigue.
25-yard line.
Gain of 11, and Morris at their 25. Cole Gum comes wide near side. High backfield for Monahan. Here's the take, and it's John up the middle again. He'll dive to the 30 for a gain of 5 more. Durgo, 25 carries now for 106 yards.
Boy, now I'll tell you right here's a great opportunity. They're thinking run, you just run a tight end out or a cross or a delay, and I think they'd have some great success with that.
Brenton Valentine will move to the near side on second down and about 4. Justin Gordon, the fullback, in there for Morris. Durgo, the tailback. Monahan ducks in there. Takes the snap and a handoff to Gordon up the middle. And Gordon trying to work the left side. He'll struggle for a couple extra yards. Fights for the first down and still going out across the 35 to the 37. Second, third, and fourth effort from Gordon gets him 7 yards.
That away, Just. I'll tell you, tough runner. And George Durgo had made mention to that in the quarterback club on Wednesday night, that this kid is just a tough-nosed runner. You know, he's not going to try to run around you. He's going to try to run right over you. And he puts his head down and does a great job keeping his legs moving. And just a tough runner.
Oh, in a game devoid of big plays, that's going to fight for the play of the game so far between that and maybe the Cumbie catch. First down and 10 for Morris Monahan. A little play action, looking the right side, throws for the sideline, has Cumbie taken out of bounds immediately at the 40-yard line. A good hit put on by Kyle Hackworth, a gain of 4 yards.
Nice little out pattern there to 6'7" Cumbie, and again, Monahan doing a nice job getting the ball, but boy, number 36 from Plainfield was right there to make a big hit. And he hit him pretty good. You know, he's 6'7", and he went down pretty hard.
Hackworth 6'2", only 165, but good technique there. Drove him out of bounds after a gain of just 3 now, they'll say. From the 40, second and 7, Morris, just underway third quarter. 7-0 Redskins. The take, handoff to Durgo up the middle. John to the 45, a gain of 5. Setting up third and short.
Boy, and I'll tell you what, if these guys are looking right now, I mean, Dane split out wide, and he's got number 12 on him, 5'11" and 163. Now, I'll tell you what, if you're a scout upstairs, you're looking at that matchup and going, hey, get the ball out there, because, you know, no way is number 12 going to be able to stay up with a 6'5" receiver.
Zambalin is split to the left. Cumbie split to the right. Wingman left side, backs it an eye. Third and short for Morris from their 45. It's a running play. Durgo up the middle. He's got it to the 50. And he'll push forward to the 47 of the Cougars. A pickup on that play of about 7 more yards.
Morris ball carrier number 5, John Durgo. Pick up on the play of 8 yards. Morris
trying to exploit the right side of the line there with Cumbie and Alex Perry there.
7-yard line.
You're right, nothing fancy here tonight, just pretty basic running. Run left, one right, a counter here and there, and one up the middle, but they're just running right at them.
From the Cougar 47, it's first and 10 for Morris. A 3-receiver set. Wingman is Brenton Valentine. Cumbie and Zambalin right and left. Monahan the take. It's John trying to turn the right corner, and he'll get a little room. Brought down from behind at the Cougar 40. Gain of 7. 28 carries for Durgo now for 125 and a touchdown. 9 minutes for the third. 7-0 Morris.
Pick up on the play of 8 yards, brings up second down and 2.
Cole Gum comes in with the play as Brenton Valentine goes to the sidelines.
I just find it hard to believe sometimes that you got receivers like that, and that you don't keep mixing the play up a little more than what they're doing. Get some passing.
Gum is a wingman left side. Zambalin and Cumbie are split. Second down and 3 to go. Monahan with a take. Back to throw. Looking down the right sideline for Jamie. Has to try to redirect his route, and he does. Pulls inside to make the catch, getting in front of Termaine Pride down to the Cougars' 16-yard line.
Well, that's a great job by Jamie Cumbie that time. The ball, and again, Donovan Monahan doing a nice job releasing the ball. Had pressure on him, and he threw it up there, and Cumbie, boy, I'm having a tough time with that. I still like that, though. Jumbie Cumbie did a great job coming back and getting the ball. That's just like you today. What was that?
Puffy Pancakes.
Yeah, Puffy Pancake Williams. That's your nickname now.
That's the 9th catch of the year for Cumbie. It's a first down for Morris. A delay handoff to Gordon. Able to slip a couple of tackles and get inside the 10 of the 7. Second straight strong run for Gordon, and that one gains about 9 yards. Yeah, you would have to have been listening this morning to get the Puffy Pancake reference. If you don't get the reference, well, you'll have to tune in, darn it, to the 5:30 to 9 portion of the morning.
I did.
You were actually up there this morning, Jay. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Dropping off the interviews.
Puffy Pancake Williams.
Have to call in a couple times there, Jay. We'll do a little Friday morning quarterback or something. whistles here on 2nd and 1, and I don't see a flag down. Maybe a timeout.
Oh, but there's some nice fireworks going off in the distance.
Oh, yeah.
So what's going on tonight, Mike?
Timeout on the field.
I don't know where that is, but
Oh, it's
maybe a downtown festival in
yeah.
one of the towns here. There is a timeout on the field. We'll take a quick break here on JDK.
The football they
Score a
don't miss
touchdown.
Gridiron,
Don't score a
a new
touchdown.
weekly tabloid dedicated to
Phoebe,
area
bring it
high
back
school
after
football.
this one.
And on Saturdays, catch Football Extra, the special edition of sports with comprehensive coverage of all area Friday night games. The Herald News, they give you more. Call 815-729-6100 and ask for the Southwest Special.
It was a very quick timeout on the field as Morris ran a play. Justin Gordon, a 2-yard run up the middle. Good for a first down for Morris. First and goal at the 5. 7 minutes for the third. 7-0 Morris. They're on the doorstep looking for more.
I'll tell you what, here's a great time to throw a little out there in the corner of the end zone or a little curl pattern again and get the score.
Here's the take. Give to John off the right side. John lunging for the end zone, and he's in. Durgo, a 5-yard run off the right side. And Morris now with a 2-touchdown lead midway through the third. It's 13-0.
Touchdown, Morris.
29 carries, 130 yards, and 2 scores now for John. With 6:51 left in the third quarter. Durgo out to add the extra point out of the hold of Cole Gum. Durgo on the season, 17 of 22 coming into the night.
Oh, jeez.
And motion here on the line. Flags down. Officials conferring. And the call is offsides on the Cougars.
Penalty is encroachment against Plainfield South. Penalty will be half the distance.
So they'll move it from the 3 to the 1.5.
He'll catch, Danes won't catch past one of these games. Holy moly, see. I just don't understand. I am befuddled. I really am. I don't understand.
The snap, the kick, it's on the way and good. 14-0 Morris midway through the third on WJDK.
51 remaining in the third quarter.
And he should have had that one. Billy Crawford.
Normal alignment of bones and muscles, relieving stress on the body. This is very helpful after surgery and with cerebral palsy. Ask your doctor about their care rehabilitation in Coal City. Reliable, expert health care at your back door.
Back with Jay Zimbalin, Mike Williams with you from Plainfield South, where the Redskins have a 14-0 lead on the Cougars midway through the third quarter. Morris with their second long drive of the night, just over 5 minutes, as Morris cashing in with a John Durgo 5-yard touchdown run, his second of the night. He also has a 1-yard run. That came at the end of a long drive in the first half as Durgo gets into a line drive kick, end over end, that will bounce at the 20 and will roll to about the 12, where Stewart picks it up to the 15.
Nice
flag
job.
down, and Stewart is down at the 17. 2 flags come down. In on the stop for Morris Hennig and Jeff Valentine.
Wow, great job by hitting. And I happened to watch him the whole time because he's flying down the field. Just a great job. He was able to get around the containment right behind the wall and did a great job making the tackle. Those are the kind of guys you love to see on these kickoff teams when they just run down there with reckless abandon.
Penalty
Is that
flag
the kamikaze squad?
Yeah, absolutely.
Takes a special breed to excel at that. A penalty here on the Cougars.
Yeah, you got to be just a little crazed there. You got to be a little touched to run down there 100 miles an hour and fly into people. But,
South.
you know, there's guys
Penalty will
that
move the ball
love doing
back
that. And those are the guys you got to have
to
on
the 8-yard line, where we'll be
those
first
special
and 10
teams.
Plainfield South.
So the penalty moves Plainfield South back, an illegal block in the back. Puts them down to their 8-yard line here for first and 10, and their offense will get their first chance here in the second half, and they have not done anything tonight. Here's the take and a handoff to Stewart. He'll get to the 10 where he is met by Cumbie.
Billy Vanderveer too, putting a big hit on him.
Plainfield South ball carrier number 34.
Stewart, a hard-earned 2 yards there. He has 9 carries now for 5 yards tonight.
Wow.
10-yard line.
Yeah, that's it. That's the 1-2 punch. Jamie had him by the ankles, and then Billy Vanderveer come flying up and finished him off.
Here's the take and a pitch to Stewart, trying to get to the outside. To the 10, near side 15 to the 20, first down 25, cut back to the 28 where Durgo brings him down after a nice gain for Stewart. 18 yards and a Cougar first down.
Pick up on the play of 19 yards.
Some pretty nice blocking. He had Jamie Cummey got through there, was getting some good pursuit on him, but he was able to get to that outside. And once he gets to the outside, he's a tough runner to bring down. He's got some speed too.
That's the first down for the Cougars that did not come via the penalty. They only have 2 on the night. Down to 6 minutes for the third. 1st and 10. Plainfield South from the 28. Pressure here for Aguero as he rolls and will be brought down at the 24-yard line as a host of Redskins in on the play. Funk, Anger, Comparative, they're all in the backfield, and there was some initial pursuit too that Aguero did a nice job to avoid, but he's still sacked for a loss of 4.
Well, it was Nick Tice, as you said. Mike was the first guy in the backfield that had put pressure on him, was actually grabbed his ankles, and he was finished off by a whole host of Redskins. But Nick Tice doing a nice job getting around there and getting in and getting to the quarterback.
2nd and 14 now for the Cougars from their 25. The take and the handoff to Stewart up the middle. And Comparative will help bring him down at the 30 as he gains back the yards lost on the sack. A pickup of 5.
Anthony Stewart, 6-yard pickup on the play.
So a 3rd and 9 coming up here for Plainfield South.
So far, the Morris defense doing an outstanding job containing Stewart, containing the whole Plainfield offense. I don't think they've done much offensively at all.
In all season, this defense, they went into the year with a lot of folks saying that might be the weak spot of the team with so many guys graduated and everything else. Aguero back, throws into the flat, screen pass caught. A couple of tackles eluded, a first down, and a big run across the 50, still going to the Morris 43-yard line as Brett Erickson, the 6'5", 210-pounder, takes it into the Redskin territory.
Well, as you said, a couple missed tackles there. You got to
pick up on the play of 28 yards.
Nice run by the big guy, big receiver, about 6'4", 6'5", and he was running down the field. But you've got to be able to pick him up. And again, we had a couple missed tackles, but again, a big guy like that, you're trying to hit him at the waist. You can't do it. You got to hit him at the ankles and wrap him up.
Here's Stewart on a pitch to the left side. Nice block, flag down though, and this will come back as Stewart gains about 6 to the Morris 38. And Stewart, a couple plays ago, a nice long run, and then the long pass there to Erickson, and the Cougars with their first positive drive of the night, but this penalty won't help things for them.
I believe it's either blocking in the back or clipping. Yep, blocking in the back.
That came on the block that helped get Stewart to the corner. Marked from the spot of the infraction, that'll move Plainfield South back inside their own territory. Down to 4 minutes for the third, 14-0 Redskins. At last check, Coal City was scoreless. That was after 1. We'll get a fresh update for you soon. And at last check about 20-30 minutes ago, the White Sox had a 3-0 lead in the 5th inning on Minnesota. The baseball fans out there.
Plainfield South, 10-yard penalty brings up 2nd and 20.
So first down for the Cougars, about 22 to go from their 47. Here's the take and a handoff. Oh, big stop by Funk for a loss of 2 yards. Back to the 45-yard line on the run for Mike Cole.
That a wave. He's been pretty quiet here tonight, but comes up with a big play. And you talk about there's a youngster that didn't play much last year at all and has really done a nice job this year on defense. Pat Funk.
6'1", 228-pounder.
Nice sized boy too. You look at him, he hit the weights hard. He's a big kid, strong, and doing a nice job.
So a 2nd and long, a draw play here to Cole again, and he's brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Cumbie takes him down as Morris was not fooled by that play.
Not at all.
Plainfield South ball carrier number 9, Mike Cole.
And Aguero, the quarterback, 2 for 2 for 34 yards. And he's faced with a third down and about 23 yards to go from the Cougar 44. Redskin defense will be waiting here for a good pass rush, and the defense hoping for maybe a pick, kind of big play. Maybe this could be where the draw play would be a little more effective. Redskins coming. Aguero back in the pocket, pressured, rolling, and dropped. A loss of 5 yards that time as Morris coming through with the sack. It was the second wave that got him after pressure from the outside forced Aguero up the middle, and he was eventually brought down, I believe, by Anger.
Yeah, it was Anger making the tackle, and you know, and I'm glad to see him make that tackle, because he was one of the guys that actually missed a tackle when that big tight end was running down the field. So it's nice that he came back and made that tackle.
Second sack of the year for Anger. Nice kick here again, as Broderick makes the catch and is leveled immediately by 2 Cougar defenders. Broderick did well just to hang on to the punt from Freeman, and Morris will have it at about their 19-yard line.
Oh, there's no question about it. And again, yeah, it looked like a great hit, and he tackled him, but the more important thing is he caught it, Mike. So many times we see where it bounces and goes another 10 or 20 yards past. So great heads-up play by Broderick. He knew the guys were coming. He just stood there, made the grab, and took the hit and hung on. Great job.
So they'll mark Morris here at their 18-yard line.
Their own 18-yard line.
Zambalin wide left, Cumbie wide right. Wingman left side, Brenton Valentine. Backs and an eye behind Monahan. Here's Donovan with the take and a handoff to Durgo up the middle. John working his way through near a first down. Good strong run across the 25 to the 26, a gain of 8.
Morris handoff number 5, John Durgo. Pick up on the play at
30 carries for Durgo now for 138, 2 touchdowns. As we're down to a minute 40. Clock running, third quarter, Morris by 14. I think a lot of folks may have thought Morris would waltz in here and
Well, I thought it was, well, I was
blow
one
out
of
the
them.
Cougars.
I was certainly one of them.
Yeah, Plainfield South done a very nice job hanging in tonight.
Yeah, they have.
Credit Mike Briscoe for giving this team some hope. Flag down on Durgo as he comes to the near side. He's got a foot race to the 40, being chased, cuts it back, and he is still on his feet, gets out of 2 tackles, slips near avoiding a 3rd tackle before a jersey tackle brings him down to the 17. Penalty marker way back at the line of scrimmage, though.
John Durgo.
How many times have we seen one of his long runs be brought back?
Flag on the play.
Oh, boy.
It's a hold on Morris.
Is holding against Morris.
It's at least the 3rd long run this year that's been brought back on a penalty. A minute 10 for the 3rd quarter, and Morris with a 14-0 lead. Mark that off from the spot of the infraction, brings it back near the original line of scrimmage, a yard or 2 behind it maybe. To about the 17 of Morris. 2nd and 11 coming up.
11 for Morris from their own 16-yard line.
They'll start the clock again as we're down to a minute now.
I'll tell you, this game has moved fast. It's not even 9 o'clock.
Don't jinx it now, Jay. Could get.
Yeah, I better be quiet. You're right.
2nd and 11. Morris at their 17. Monahan with a take. Running play here for Gordon. Hit immediately and pushed down at the 20. Gains about 2 or 3. As it was more the momentum from the hit that gave Gordon those yards.
And this is really, I mean, now it's 3rd down, and now you're almost, you know, now they're playing the pass. And sometimes you got to mix it up on 2nd down when you're thinking you're going to run it. I think that's the time where you try to run a pass, get them out there, and kind of get them off guard a little bit. But again, you got you got great receivers on this team, and you know, even though they know it's a pass play, they're still going to pass it. They can make the plays.
3rd and 9 could be the last play of the quarter as Monahan, a little play action, looking to the left side, firing into the flat. He's got some balling on the run of the 25, tackled right around the 26-yard line. A little short of the first down, a gain of about 7 or 8 as the third quarter comes to an end. 14-0 Morris the lead. We'll break on JDK.
Bottom of the 7th, it's Minnesota, White Sox 3, Minnesota 1.
Plainfield South, Morris with a 14-0 lead on the Cougars. A couple of John Durgo touchdown runs. Hard-fought game. The Cougars defense has done a very nice job tonight. Morris has pounded them with Durgo left, Durgo right, and they've held their own. John certainly has his yards racked up. To this point, 138, but it's taken him 30 carries to get there. And the Cougars, unfortunately for them, no offense to speak of. The Morris defense has been excellent tonight. And it's going to take a couple of big plays, maybe something on special teams here for the Cougars as they anticipate a punt on 4th and 4 from the Morris 25. A couple of other scores. In the I-8, Plano with a 21-7 lead on Wilmington at halftime. Plano, a much improved team. Wilmington, of course, unbeaten at this point. Coal City, a 14-0 lead in their game as well at halftime. And the White Sox, a 3-1 lead in the 7th. Durgo punting here, a line drive, trying to angle it away from the return man. It's taken on the bounce at the 36, brought out to the 40, and a big hit there made by Haas. Wow. After a 4-yard return and a slow get up there for David Ernesto.
But I'll tell you what, Darren Haas was running full speed. He didn't slow him at all. And, he hit him, and I saw that kid's legs buckle. I was, your heart kind of drops because you're thinking, he just ripped the joint out of his knee or something, but broke his leg. But wow, very, very lucky. And again, on natural turf, that's okay. But when you're playing on artificial turf, that's where your spikes get stick or into turf, and then you get hit. That's some serious damage. So, fortunately, the kid got up.
A roll to the right side, a pass into the flat, first down catch, 15-yard gain on a nice pass play to Joshua Moore as Aguero 3 for 3. He's banged up behind the line of scrimmage.
Pick up on the play of 14 yards, 1st and 10, Plainfield South.
The trainer's out to have a look at the Cougar quarterback. Talk about Aguero having a rough year completion percentage-wise. This 34%, no touchdowns, 6 picks, 3 for 3, 49 yards. He's looked pretty good tonight when he has thrown.
Oh, yes. I'll tell you what, he threaded the ball twice now right in there, and that was one of the balls he was able to thread right in there. A nice pass. And again, more importantly, he hung in there, Mike. When he felt the pressure, he knew he was going to get hit. He did pay the price there, though. He might think twice next before he throws it, tries to stay in the pocket that long.
Well, they'll have to bring in their backup quarterback for this play. It's Sam Kuster. 1st and 10 from the Morris 46 after the 14-yard gain. It's a running play up the middle for the fullback, a gain of 1 for Sanchez to the 45.
Plainfield South ball carrier number 41.
Morris has done a great job tonight on the
play of a yard.
Tailback Stewart, 11 carries, 28 yards as we see Aguero come right back in. Just underway 4th quarter, 14-0 Morris the lead. Conference opener. Morris 4-0. Plainfield Central, Oswego, Manuka all 2-2. As this pitch comes to Stewart, trying to work the left side, waits for a hole to open, and it does. Stewart gets a nice gain inside the 40 to the 38, a little shy of the first down, but a gain of 7 nonetheless.
Tackled by Morris, number 30.
I'll tell you what, pretty good pursuit by Morris. When he was running out to the side, I thought they were going to collide on him a little sooner, but collapse on him a little sooner, but he was able to elude it, stay behind his blockers, and that's a good sign of a good runner when you try to stay behind your blockers as long as you can and pick your spots, and Stewart did that quite well.
So now 3rd and 3, the Cougars in a must-convert here. Oh, a snap and a flag down, and the quarterback wasn't ready for the snap. That may be the cause for the flag. Motion.
I don't know. I don't know if
offense?
it's motion or if somebody jumped on Morse, so hopefully they were drawn off. Nope.
Yep, good catch, Jay. Offsides on Morris, and the quarterback,
signal against Morris.
Aguero, not ready for that snap. Maybe the center snapped it when he saw Morris cross the line. I'm not sure why he snapped what he did.
First down.
But the penalty gives Plainfield South a key first down here as they look to try to cut this lead in half.
But again, these guys are right over the top of the ball. Now, if it's a guy in the defensive end or some outside, I could understand it. But boy, when you're right over the top of the ball and you jump off sides, there's no reason for that.
Do you just guess on a snap count? Is that what they're trying to do?
I don't know. You're watching, the ball's right in front of you. Just watch the ball when it moves up. They go.
Here's Aguero rolling to the right, pressured by Cumby, gets away from him though, runs to the middle, to the 30, near side 25, Aguero to the 15, to the 10, tackled at the 6, touchdown saving tackle made by Durgo. And here come the Cougars.
Wow. You can hear him, that roar of the Cougar on the PA.
I'm getting a little scared with the Cougar growl there. Look out.
Aguero down to the 5-yard line, pick up a 24 yards.
I'll tell you what, this has got to be, I'll tell you, I know there's got to be a lot of fans sitting over on that other sideline going, what the heck is going on here tonight?
I'm impressed with Aguero just avoiding Cumby, let alone the run.
Well,
First
that's
and
called
goal.
running for your life.
From the 5, Sanchez on a carry down to the 2, off the left side.
Dan Hilbert.
And make that Hilbert, not Sanchez. His first carry of the night.
Play of 3 yards brings up
second and goal from the 2-yard line. Cougars sophomore team rallied for a score late to win the sophomore game 8-7. 14-0 the lead here for Morris, but the Cougars threatening. Second and goal from the 2. Full house backfield to take. Hand off to Hilbert. He's in. Touchdown for Dan Hilbert as he dives in for an easy 6. And the Cougars have pulled it within 8.
Well, and it's Plainfield South, man. They got a pretty good game plan, defensive game plan going on here. Able to hold Morris, but more importantly, offensively, like you said, the quarterback, Barrow, hasn't done a lot of passing this year, has made some nice passes when he needed it. More importantly, has had a couple nice runs here. And wow, all of a sudden it's 14-7.
Extra point attempt is on the way, and it is good. 14-7 the score. Morris the lead. 9 minutes to go in the 4th on WJDK.
Your area schools, businesses, and government offices.
9 minutes left in the 4th quarter at Plainfield South, and we have a game again. The Cougars have scored. It's 14-7, Morris the lead. And Plainfield South finally getting something going offensively on that last drive, Jay, and they pulled it within 1 play.
Well, you know, when you're in this game with Morris, and you're staying this close, man, you start getting the feeling that you can, beat them. So that's exactly what's happening.
A little squib kick that's going to go out of bounds, and it may have touched one of the Morris players. Plainfield South.
Yeah, they're saying it did.
They were trying to attack that hole. The flag does come out.
Yeah.
If it was touched by a Morris player and it went out of bounds, there probably would not be the flag. That's what they're talking about now. As the officials conferring.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going out there and asking, hey guys, did you see the ball hit any of these players?
The ball went out at about the 25. But looks like they're going to take the penalty and count it as they'll move the ball out to the 35. Maybe not. I don't know what they're doing here. Okay, 35 is where Morris will have it.
Illegal procedure against Plainfield South as the kickoff went out of bounds.
So Morris now trying to nurse this 7-point lead, work the clock, get another score. Obviously would be the ultimate goal. But now that Plainfield South has some momentum and an offense that believes that they can score again, Morris now has to execute. Monahan with a take. Here's John up the middle. Durgo, couple of yards to the 37, and that's it. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Morris,
going to have to do something a little different right now. Again, they're pinching. Everybody's pinching down on the inside, trying to stop that run. So you got to open it up a little bit.
Cole Gum will trot in with the play. Monahan was over by the sideline too to hear the call on this 2nd and 8. 8:20 to go in the 4th. 14-7 Morris.
This gets the other, any of the other scouts are here watching and saying, hey, this Morris team can be beat. That's the thing now.
Receivers both ways. They'll try John up the middle. He'll squirm his way across the 40 to the 43. Gets about 5.
Morris
Sets up a 3rd and short, though, and an important play here for both sides.
On the play of 7 yards. Brings up 3rd down and
yeah, this is a big first down.
3rd and 2 from the Plainfield.
Durgo, 32 carries, 146 yards. And he only has 2 carries, by my count, over 10 yards. From the Morris 43, Cumbie wide right, Zimbalin wide left. Valentine wingman, left side, I backfield. 3rd and 2 here for Monahan to take the handoff to Durgo up the middle. First down, penalty marker down, as at the 49, Durgo is tackled after a gain of 6.
On the play of 5 yards. Penalty flag on the play.
That's not good.
Hold on, Morris.
Things just kill you. Just kill you.
So that will negate the first down. It'll move Morris back 10 more and set him up with 3rd and about 11 or 12.
Wow.
Penalty is holding.
As they'll mark it from the 42.
10-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
Call it the 33. 3rd and 12 for Morris with 7:26 left. Oh, you wanted them to open it up. This might be the down where they go to the air.
Yeah, you never know.
3rd down and 12 for Morris.
Valentine wide right, I backfield. 2 tight end set, they're in close. Gordon the fullback, Durgo the tailback, 3rd and long. Monahan the take. It's a pitch to John. A handoff to Valentine running the far side. Cuts it back. They've got him trapped behind the line, and Brenton's going to go down for a loss of about 7.
I don't know. I don't know about that play.
Morris ball carrier.
They tackle him at the 26-yard line.
For a loss on the play of 5 yards.
They tried to run that play, was it last week at RB, and it didn't really do much either that week.
No, it didn't. I'll tell you what, Plainfield played that very, very well. But again, to me, just I don't know why you just run the guys 10 yards out, throw it up there, and
on their own 29
11 yards out. But that's why I'm up here.
And the punt for Morris, number 5.
So now 4th down for Morris. That was a loss of about 5 for Valentine. Durgo awaits the snap, gets it. It's a high kick, a sidewinder. Taken at the 32 by Stewart to the 35. Hit hard at the 40-yard line as he's taken down on the play by Sam Farber. But good field position for the Cougars. 6 minutes to go. They're down by 7 with a 1st and 10.
Well, I'll tell you what, you got to, right here, defense has got to suck it up. And really, they've been playing pretty good the whole game. It's just that last series, he was in they had a pretty good chance to sack the quarterback. He's able to elude it, get to the outside, and make a big gain. And once that happens, they get big momentum. So right here, they got an opportunity to shut them down and stuff them and get the ball back and hopefully put another score on the boards.
14-7 Morris, midway through the 4th. 1st and 10 Cougars from the 40. Aguero back to throw. Fade down the near side, and it's overthrown. Fans calling for a flag as the pass intended for Kyle Hackworth. Coverage for DeGroosh. Pass was overthrown and landed out of bounds anyway.
Yeah, and 36 receiver had a step or two on DeGroosh, and there might have been a little incidental contact, but I think the reason they didn't call the pass, it was so far overthrown that it was a non-catchable pass. So that's the reason they did not call it. 2nd
and 10, Cougars from their 40. Aguero on a pitch to Stewart. Stewart trying to backtrack. He's got a first down to the 50. Lost the football. And a big scramble. Still fighting for it. The Redskins might have it at midfield.
I think Morse might have it.
There is also a penalty marker down.
Stewart fumble on the play.
Stewart had a first down run, but it was knocked out of there. Both sides pointing in their favor. And it's Morris football, we believe.
Who's got it?
No official call yet. Redskins are celebrating. Well, I never did see who came out of there with it, Jay.
I think Nick Ties was the last guy out of there.
And the penalty is against the Cougars.
So that will be no penalty. Well, they'll decline that, I'm sure.
Was recovered by Plainfield South, number 68.
Oh.
Well, the official never pointed one way or the other. The Redskins ran off the field celebrating. No, it's Morris football.
That is Morris football.
The PA guy was saying that it was Plainfield South's recovery. The penalty decline. Morris will take over at the Cougar 49. Big break for Morris after Stewart's long run that gave him a first down, and had he not been stripped of the football there, he may have been tackled, but that certainly was a big gainer.
He was off to the races with that one. You're right, Mike. Wow. And you know, they're right. You're listening to the announcer, PA announcer, and he said they should have signaled it, and they really didn't.
Yeah, they never did. And well, and we couldn't see through the crowd who came up with the football. They kept the football on the ground.
I think it was Nick Tice.
I don't think there was a player that came up with the ball. I think
you're right.
I think the officials kept it on the ground there. Monahan play action, back to throw, fires the far side for Dane, and Zabala's got the catch. First down inside the 35 to the 33, a gain of 16 yards.
That away, nice job.
Exhale, Dad.
Oh.
15 yards on the reception.
All night.
First and 10, Morris at the Plainfield South 33.
That was a nice pass, too.
Yeah, that was a nice pass. Donald threw it right out there again. Little pressure on him. He just threw it out there, nice route, and that's how it's done.
Morris to the 33 now, 5:13 to go in the fourth, holding on to a 7-point lead. Brent Valentine wide to the right, Monahan with a take and a handoff to Gordon up the middle. Justin bangs into a defender, gets to the 31 or 2. Short gain of 2 yards for Gordon. He's got 26 yards on 7 carries.
2 yards.
Well, Justin seeing a little action here tonight. How many carries does he have?
7.
7, good.
And 8.
Good. It's nice to get these other guys, these kids involved, and Gordon, he does such a great job as a running back, blocking as a fullback. Again, not a big kid, but boy, he is a great blocker.
Gum is wide left on 2nd and 8. Backs in an eye behind Monahan. Might be calling audible here as he turns to his backs and shouts some instructions. The take, the pitch to John. Gets around one man, gets around a second man, and lowers his head as he gets inside the 30 to the 27. Stays in bounds, and it'll set Morris up with a 3rd and short.
Come on, guys, keep moving the ball. Keep moving those sticks.
4 yards brings up 3rd down and
that turnover by Stewart, huge tonight. That would have put the Cougars inside Morris territory with continuing momentum and a first down.
Yeah, that was a huge play.
Under 4 minutes now. 3rd and 4, another key play though for the Cougar defense. A stop here. They might need 2 stops, but they've got a chance to make a couple of plays. Monahan under center, the take, handoff to Durgo. He's hit at the line and dropped for a yard or 2 gain to the 25, shy of the first down.
I'll tell you, they've got that, they've tried it, they've tried pounding it. As we say, they're bending but not breaking.
Yeah.
So Plainfield South doing a good job hanging in there.
Well, it's 4th down, about a yard and a half from the Cougar 24. 3:20 to go, clock running in the 4th quarter.
Cougar fans, on your feet for this 4th down play.
Play of the game for the Cougar defense. A stop gives them life. A first down might put it away for Morris. Cumbie wide right. Eye backfield with Gumma wing on the right side. He'll trot in motion behind Monahan right to left. The take, the handoff to Durgo, pushing forward, and it is close.
Oh, no. It is very close. I'm not sure he got it. Yeah, they're going to bring the sticks out. Man, oh, man.
Kind of surprised on a play like that, although they might have been using him as more of a decoy than anything else. Cumbie, a guy you could use to block there. They had him wide right.
Yeah, I was thinking that very same when he split out. I said, boy, that's odd that he's out there, split out. But I guess he wasn't involved in the play anyway because they ran it right up the middle. Again, trying to stretch the defense out a little bit, but
sticks come out as they make the all-important measurement here.
I don't think he got it. Oh, they got it.
They did.
Yeah.
First down, Morris, by about the length of the football.
Yeah, you're right. By the length of a football. Whew.
First down,
that keeps keep you on the edge of your seat.
Oh, this is good for this team. George Durgo might not be thrilled with the execution, maybe on offense or what have you, and you got to tip your hat to Plainfield South, but Morris, it's good to get them in a close game.
No question about it, and you're right, Mike, this is good for him.
Plainfield South has all of their timeouts, so Morris would still need to get at least one more first down to put it away. 14-7 Skins, 2:50 left in the fourth. Clock running. Zimbalin in motion. The take. Handoff here to Durgo. Durgo working his way through the right side. Gets inside the 20. Down near the 15. A good gain of 8 for John.
Yeah, it's the first time we've seen Dane in motion there. It's kind of nice. You bring your tight end across. And he kicks out the defensive end there. So nice play.
2:28 left. For now, Plainfield South not using a timeout.
I'll tell you what, that last play that Dane caught, boy, it is wide open. You've got, a guy about 5'9", 5'10" on him right now, and boy, that little flag play out in the corner would be awesome.
Cumbie trots in motion right to left. Backs are split. Monahan with a take. Give to Durgo. Big hold to the left side, but he's tripped up nicely. Good play in the flat by Stewart.
Yeah.
John Durgo tackled.
If Durgo's able to get through there, he's got wide open room maybe to the corner. And Durgo gets up a little slowly. And a marker down.
Well, Durgo's, he's not had an easy night tonight. I mean,
No.
He's been pounded and pounded. And what's he got, 25, 30 rushes by now?
37 with that run.
Holy cow. Yeah, so.
An illegal shift on Morris will move it back 5.
I don't care who you are. You're going to get tired after a night like that.
A timeout taken by the Cougars. Will break as well. Morris by 7 on JDK.
Buddy's place.
South, 2 minutes left. Morris with a 14-7 lead. It's their ball, second down and about 8 at the Cougar 20-yard line as they're trying to capitalize on an Anthony Stewart fumble. As the Cougars had a touchdown that brought them back to within a score. Had the ball back after Morris had to punt. And would have had a first down on Stewart's run near midfield. He fumbled thanks to a Morris hit. Redskins recovered, and now they're trying to put the game away. As with 2:06 left, the Skins with a second down and 8 from the Cougar 21. Monahan with a take and a handoff to Durgo. Durgo pushing forward as he gets inside the 15, down near the 10-yard line, still going. They don't have him down yet. Now they blow the whistles, and Durgo has a first down for Morris on a gain there of about 10 yards.
Morris ball carrier.
It's a pretty strong run, and again, 38 carries, but he shows no sign of weakening. He's still running strong.
10, first and goal, Morris.
Boy, again, here's a
Just
great opportunity.
inside
Just a little
10
flag, little flare out, little flat pattern. Nice pass.
They will start the clock again with 1:53 to go. They still have 3 timeouts on the board for the Cougars. I believe they have 2 after that last call. But Morris in great shape here to be able to either run the clock out or at least punch one in. From the 10, the take, handoff to John, trying to get to the outside, and he will. Durgo lunges for the end zone, and he's in. Touchdown. John Durgo, touchdown for Morris on his 38th carry of the night. A 10-yard score, his 3rd touchdown, and Morris up 20-7. A hard-fought game for Morris. An exhausting night for Durgo carrying the football. He's racked up some nice numbers, but boy, 38 carries. That's one shy of the record he set a year ago in the playoffs against Pontiac. A 1:32 left. And Morris up by 13 now, pending the extra point.
For Morris, number 5, John Durgo.
It'll be Durgo to kick it with Gum holding. Snap a little off to the side. Gum catches it, puts it down, and Durgo puts it through. 21-7 Morris, late the 4th on JDK.
1:32 playing the ball game. The South Soccer Squads will be hosting crosstown rival.
A 1:32 left in the 4th. 21-7 Morris with the lead. They just scored on a 10-yard touchdown run for John Durgo, as that puts the game just about out of reach as Morris will kick off. Plainfield South with 2 timeouts left, but only a 1:32 to work with, as the Redskins capitalize on Stewart's fumble at midfield, take it down and score. A touchdown to put them up by 2 scores. Durgo set to kick it away from the 40. Plainfield South needing a big play here on the return to have any chance, as Durgo approaches. A line drive kick that will take a big hop into Stewart's hands at the 15, to the 20. Runs into his own man at the 25. To the 30. Still going 35. Hops over defender at the 38. Nifty run back for Stewart after being stood up by his own man at the 25.
Is returned by number 34.
And now the Cougars will take over 1st and 10 with 1:25 to go here in the 4th quarter.
Plainfield South.
Now Plainfield South again, as they've done throughout the first 4 games of the season, not allowing an opponent over 30 points. And to hold Morris to just 21. Mike Briscoe has to be very happy, although it's certainly a loss that he's not thrilled with, but to come in and do what they've done tonight to Morris, a moral victory as Aguero rolls to the left and is sacked by Funk, and also Cumbie in there for Morris. That's a loss back of about 10 yards to the 32.
Quarterback number 10, Ray Aguero, is sacked.
Good job by Funk and Cumbie.
Loss of 4 yards brings up
I believe Valentine that time. Jeff Valentine got in there. Number 36.
So 2nd down and long here. We're under a minute now for the 4th. Backs in an eye, receiver to the right. Aguero, a draw play, a run for Stewart, and it's Cumbie bringing him down at the 35-yard line, a gain of 3.
Here, number 34, Anthony Stewart.
And a timeout will be taken by the Cougars. We'll take one too. Late, Morris by 14 on JDK.
DJ's BP.
Back at Plainfield South, where the Cougars down by 14 points to the Redskins with just 48 seconds left. Faced with a 3rd and 12 from their 36-yard line. Down to 1 timeout. Stewart in motion out of the backfield here for Aguero. He will roll to the right, looking to throw that right sideline. He's got Stewart in the flat. Stewart making an extra move to get that 1st down. And he's very close to it. Looks like he's got it to the 49. Gain of about 14 yards.
13 yards, Plainfield South.
Sox fans, you can exhale. Sox win 3-1. The lead for the moment, 2 games. Cleveland with a 1-run lead on Kansas City in the top of the 7th. 1st down. Here's Stewart on a run to midfield. Gets around a tackle. Tries to get to the corner. And a good tackle by Brent Valentine after a gain of 3. And the Cougars will take their final timeout. And we'll take one as well on WJDK.
Tackle made by Morris, number 30.
One specialist at Morris.
Down to just 30 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Morris with a 21-7 lead on Plainfield South. The Cougars with a 2nd and 8 from the Morris 48. And the Cougars out of timeouts. Back to throw. Aguero rushed heavily. Throws into the flat. Had a man, but it bounces off of his hands. That's James Newman. 6'6".
Plainfield South
crossing pattern, and he couldn't hang on.
Newman is incomplete. Brings up
Not a bad pass, pretty good pass, a little low. You're 6'6", you got to bend down there a little bit, but still not a bad pass at all. Actually, pretty impressed with the quarterback.
Yeah, not bad.
He's done a pretty nice job for Plainfield South.
4 of 6, 63 yards. 3rd down and 8 now. Aguero, play action, sets up deep in the pocket, flushed. He'll run. 45. Hit at the 41. And that's going to be just shy of the 1st down, and they're going to try to hurry up and get a 4th down play off. Down to 10 seconds. Oh, they spike it on 4th down. It was 4th and a yard. They spiked it, and it's Morris football with 8 seconds left. A mental mistake there for the Cougars. I think Mike Briscoe was calling for his team to run a pass play because time was ticking down, and maybe he was calling for a spike play. He's upset. I don't know if he's upset with himself or upset with his quarterback. Nevertheless, 8 seconds to go. Morris with the football, with the chance to take a knee and end it. Maybe quarterback Aguero thought that they had the 1st down. They didn't really take time to measure. It was about a half yard shy, it looked like.
Well, maybe they'll throw it to Dane out here.
Maybe. Yeah,
maybe he'll get one here with 8 seconds left. Come on. Gee whiz.
There's the snap. Monahan gets it, goes down to the knee, and that'll do it as the clock ticks down to 0. And Morris with a 21-7 win hard-fought victory, and the Plainfield South Cougars, nothing to be ashamed of tonight. They played a whale of a game to hang in with Morris, give him a tough battle, and the defense for the Cougars, very impressive. Offense started to make some plays too, and boy, if it wasn't for that Stewart fumble at midfield, could have been a much different story.
Oh, there's no question about it. And as you said, he before he fumbled, I mean, he had a lot of running room. He was on his way, and wow, what a big break for Morris to get that. And I'll tell you what, Briscoe's just got to be so proud of his kids. It's a loss. You want to win when you play Morris this close. You actually really want to win the game. It probably hurts more this way than if it was a blowout, because they feel that they got this close to Morris, they should have beat him. But I give my hats off to Plainfield. They did an outstanding job defensively. This is the toughest team we faced certainly this year. Offensively, they came through when they had to, and a couple nice plays by a couple of their big play people, and really quite an impressive. These guys are much better, obviously, than the record shows, but pretty impressive team for the Plainfield South here tonight.
Yeah, and if this game is any indication, the future certainly looking better for a Cougar squad. That yes, they are 0-5 now. They struggled without any wins until last year when they grabbed their first 2 wins as a program, but Mike Briscoe hopefully getting things turned in the right direction. Good guy, and the program for the Cougars on a bit of an upswing, if this game's any indication, certainly, as Morris a 21-7 win. We'll take a break, come back, and wrap it up for you after these on WJDK.
Hi, this is Tom Greenwood. Knocking at your door, and Century 21 Coleman Hornsby will help you find the key. As Grundy County's #1 seller of homes, Century 21 Coleman Hornsby can open the door for you.
Bank in Morris, the Fun Timers Bank. Visit them at 124 East Main to learn how you can receive an interest-bearing checking account. Whether you are building or buying, see Jeannie Hart Benzinger for all of your mortgage needs. And if you are 40 years old or older, visit First Federal Savings Bank in our Morris location for more information about the Fun Timers. First Federal Savings Bank in Morris, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Plainfield South for the Morris Redskins, a 21-7 winner over the Plainfield South Cougars. And a very hard-fought game. Nice numbers for Durgle, but it took him a lot of carries to get there. 183 yards, 3 touchdowns, 38 carries, 1 shy of the record that he set a year ago in the playoff win over Pontiac. And elsewhere for the Redskins offensively, Donovan Monahan 5 for 5, 75 yards, 53 to Cumbie on 3 catches, 22 to some guy named Zambalin on 2 catches. But Donovan looked good tonight, and he's getting better, as you mentioned, each week, and he's getting better without making a lot of pass attempts. You know, you see him just throw 5, 6, 7 times, but he's making good decisions and accurate throws. And again, they're not really having to count on him to win games. So far, very few mistakes in games that have mattered at least. You know, he's getting the job done when they call on his number to throw the football.
Oh, there's no question about it. And we saw it 2 or 3 times tonight, Mike. What he does so well is throw the ball before the player makes it, before